who of course included the Japanese 1-2 punch of Eito and Takeshi Yasutoko. Riding the momentum of X Games gold in '99, Eito's recently taken over the #1 ranking. Younger brother Takeshi's never allowed his tender age or small size to hold him back. He's going bigger than just about everybody. And despite an off-season mostly away from Vert, former X Games and world champion Cesar Mora is still spinning in top form. Matt Salerno, skating's winningest athlete, has found a new dedication and commitment and plans to be on top. 1999's Vert Rookie of the Year Shane Yost finally captured his first victory recently in Rome, and Europe's best Ty Chris and new prodigy rookie Tobias Bucher are also just beginning to peak. Taking a look down from the Goodyear blimp, it's the 6th stop in the ASA Pro Tour from Hermosa.
All the pro are here, and when you see a place like here today, it's just incredible. We are on the beach. Okay, there are so many people, very many people.
Lots of people around, amazing scenery.
So many girls, definitely.
The girls here are pretty nice. The women help me concentrate.
It's just too great.
I'm looking forward to see how this turns out.
Well, in the prelims, actually some big names did not make their way into the finals because of the quality of the competition. Manuel Baleares, one of the world's best, he's been around forever, but he had some trouble with consistency.
That's right, this event really is looking like a preview of the X Games. All the top guns are here. When a guy like Manuel Baleares doesn't make the finals, you know if this talent runs deep. Mike Budnick, another one of the guys, usually finishes pretty consistently in the finals, but there were no gimmies here in the prelims. Mike Budnick, see as he goes for a sweat stance right here. Usually consistent trick for Mike, missed it, and there's no room for error here in the prelims.
Surprisingly, Sam Fogarty also did not make the finals. He's one of the most progressive skaters out here. Top sole, 360 in, landing really low, and then here, oh yeah, getting back to his roots, a little Chris Edwards front flip.
That's right, taking it way back. The lone American qualifier, Jaron Grove, out here representing the United States, qualifying in 6th position. But if he's got a chance, he's going to have to land tricks like that. Blind, 360 assault grind, incredible. And William Silva, a skater who I love, a new kid coming up, has great style, very smooth. Watch this alley 540.
Grabbing safety on the way back down, William Silva probably would have qualified in the top 5 just about any other contest. Matt Salerno, no problem. Walk in the park here to qualify for the finals. Why? Because of tricks like this, the new flat spin, that new dedication that we've seen from him, it's paying off.
Cesar Mora ended up qualifying pretty low in the field, but he did qualify. And remember, that's the important thing about prelims. A lot of these top guys, they know they can make the finals pretty consistently, and they hold back just a little bit for the finals.
14 years old, Tobias Bucher, he's been really coming on this year with some big tricks. He's a rookie, but he sure doesn't skate like it.
Showing you that flat spin that he pioneered. First kid ever doing it, and he learned it with this guy, Ty Chris. Ty Chris qualified in 1st position coming out of the prelims. So he's going to try and take that momentum into the finals against this top field.
Trailing closely behind him, the Yasutoko brothers, 2 Australians, and only 1 American in the top 10. When we come back, the #1 street skater in the world, Sven Bokers, takes it to the Vert, as well as, of course, the Yasutokos.
The ASA Pro Tour is brought to you by L2 Jeans, altitude tested by Team L2, by Mervyn's California, big brands, small prices. And for the latest on skating, check out asaskate.com. Feed your habit.
Welcome back. More of Vert in Hermosa.
Sven, I call this guy the quiet assassin. He just goes out there and destroys. He's just such an accurate, precise skater.
That precision right now has him in 1st place overall in the rankings on street. And because of skating with his teammates, he's getting pretty darn good on Vert.
Sven, first of all, is a friend. You know, we are traveling always together, but we are in the same team. I mean, I am always impressed when we are a session or whatever on the mini ramp. It's just incredible, you know, because he's doing every coping tricks, and in the competition he's so consistent, you know, and everything.
Sven Bokhorst is, in my opinion, the only person who can really compare to someone like Matt Salerno, who can pretty much skate anything you put in front of him. He's one of the best looking, best styled, hardest skaters on a vert ramp and equally on the street course.
Okay, a tender moment here on the vert ramp. One of the best looking skaters on the vert ramp, according to Mike Budnick. This is Sven Bokerst, putting together a pretty good looking run here in the first round of the finals. Sven Bokerst has been dominating the street course, and watch him on the vert ramp. True spin, alley porn star. That's the kind of tricks he's going to have to do if he wants to achieve that same kind of success on the vert ramp that he's achieved on the street course. Sven Bokerst has been making the finals consistently on vert, but hasn't really had that same, ow, my goodness, as he goes 450 alley-oop soul. And I guess that's kind of the thing I'm talking about. If he's going to take it to the next level on the vert ramp, he's got to pull out tricks like that, raise it a level.
But I think he also needs to really step it up in the air as well. I mean, he could do the big 720s. Obviously, there, the big blind 450 into the alley-oop soul grind. Super difficult, but the judges are definitely going to want to see some big air as well.
Ato now is kind of growing up, and he's got more of a personality now. He gets on the ramp, he's excited to be there, he gets the crowd into it, and some people don't like it, but I think it's great. It's fun to watch someone that excited about skating.
Totally a skater, you know, he's amazing in the grind, in the spin. He have really all the spin perfect, you know, both direction, no problem.
He's a top skater. I mean, the things he does, he won the X Games and deserved to win. He's just a good guy.
From one good guy to another. Eito Yasutoko about to drop in. His father Yuki filming. You've seen this before. Films just about every run that every single pro does out here. They go back to Japan to the Good Skate skate park, their home park, and they watch every single run so they can learn. And I'll tell you, nobody's a better student than these two brothers.
Eito Yasutoko starting out with a lot of energy, very high, straight into the 900, forward 900. Very difficult trick, but we're seeing a lot of them this year. 720, mixing it up with the fakie Lukang 360. Soul grind clean, no hands down, no nothing. Eito Yasutoko, this is why he's the man to beat this year on the tour. He's killing it.
And he's like the ultimate well-rounded skater. Look at how well he moves in the coping as well. Just super control all the time. There's the nice 540 flat spin. And I know he's got one bigger trick because it's the trick that actually won him the last ASA Pro Tour event. There it is, the 1080 flat spin.
Well, you called it. He knows when a field like this comes out, and you see his mom actually came out to this event. We're used to seeing Yuki at events, but his mom and his younger sister came out to Hermosa Beach. That's a special treat. But against a field like this, Eito's got to bring out his biggest tricks, and it's going to be the 1080 flat spin, no doubt.
Eito Yasutoko, 87.50, a huge first run score. It ain't over. The younger Yasutoko and the whole rest of the crew still to run in run one. Welcome back to Hermosa Beach and the sixth stop of the ASA Pro Tour. It's Mervin's Beach Bash.
I moved to California just because me and Eitan Kramer were living out on the East Coast, and we were there our whole lives. And we both liked skating street, but we also wanted to skate a lot more ramp. And all we heard about are all the ramps out in California. So me and Eitan picked up one year and moved out here.
The reason that I did, because I just want to skate every day, and I want to be close to the vert ramp too. So, and it's just fun to skate with my friends.
So many skaters have made the trek out to California at one time or another. Today, Cesar's going to take us through some of the historical parts of skating.
Hi, it's Cesar Mora here, hanging out in Southern California. And today in Trictionary, we're going to find out whatever happened to. Well, there's certain tricks in skating that we just don't see anymore. One of them would be like the backflip.
For the old backflip, I guess it's another one of those 360 tricks in the way that, because of the way the sport's moving, it's slowly being phased out. But once again, you know, if you're doing it big and styled, then, you know, it doesn't matter.
I used to do those back in the day. I used to do them as high as I could. But basically, I got to a point where everywhere I went, people would be like, do a backflip, and I just got sick of it, so I stopped doing them.
You look at Cesar do a backflip, 10 foot high you know, you go wow. And that's what ramp skating is all about, that wow.
I was thinking of bringing them back this year, just every now and then, just bring back like a huge backflip in the middle of a run, and because it is a hard trick. It's a super hard trick to do really high. And the 360 is like that too.
The 360 is becoming kind of obsolete in a way.
I've actually never stopped doing 360s. I'm going to start doing them this year as well, bigger alley-oop and tweaked out. 360 is like a beautiful trick if you do it properly.
I myself actually really like 360s. I like doing them big. I think people might even start going back to doing more simple tricks, but doing them bigger than they used to.
What, this? It's cool, isn't it?
Back in the vert ramp, we're in the middle of round number 1. Cesar Mora, a little bit of an improvement over his prelims.
And here's why. Tricks like that. Signature move from Cesar. 540 disaster backside. And then there's a backflip. Was that on request? And then the fakie 900.
80.50, a much better score for him. Shane Yost, he's been plagued this year throughout the season. But beyond that, consistency. But here, not having a problem at all. 83.25.
Here's a kid who has no trouble with consistency. Neither he nor his brother. Huge Viking flip. Tribute to Renee Holgren. Not only did Renee give us the ponytail, also big spins like that 540 upside down that Takeshi's brought back.
Well, it figures that his consistency would be up. He skates about 15 hours a day. Ty Chris working the coping very nicely with the backside Royale. He's got some of his own signature tricks. Here's one, the Gato spin, kicking out Kang.
Contest is crazy out here in Hermosa Beach. There's a lot of good skaters. Surprised I made finals.
You're damn right, it's crazy, Jaron Grove. What are you going to do about it? Already we've seen in the finals, all these guys bringing out their biggest tricks. They know it's a tough field. You're going to take every effort to win. Jaron Grove looks like he's going for it, hugging all these 720s, 540s back-to-back, and then the 450 alley-oop sold. Now, who would have ever thought we'd see 2 of those in one contest?
William Silva, you see the huge grin on his face. I think he's just super stoked to be here in the final.
Well, he's happy to be out on the beach. You see, he brought his surf trunks. He's got that whole laid-back California style.
Well, that style, unfortunately, didn't get him out of the last 2 spots, but Eito, Takeshi, and Tig right now lead the pack.
Hi, everybody. We are here in California, Hermosa Beach, with the 2 Japanese killers. Don't go anywhere else. We'll be right back. I don't understand, guys.
Welcome back to beautiful, sunny Southern California, more specifically Hermosa Beach and the ASA Pro Tour. Southern California, historically, the place where a lot of this all began.
That's right. Southern California is ground zero for aggressive inline skating. This is where most of our short history's taken place. Going all the way back to the original Team Rollerblade with members like A.J. Jackson and Pat Parnell.
Back in 1989, 88. Then, of course, Aaron Spahn, owner of Spahn Ranch, the big backyard ramp.
That guy lived there. Mark Shays. We used to session in the backyard. We'd wake up in another famous ramp from back in that era, way back in about 93, 94, the Fern Ramp.
Chris Edwards ramp. He was the guy really pushing the limits. Then other skaters like Jess Darenforth, Angie Walt, and myself, all copying his ways, trying to keep up and learn some of what he did. If we could even be within 5 years of what he was doing, we were happy.
That's right. Jess Darenforth was flexing that ponytail, so was Chris Garrett. Chris Edwards was light years ahead of everyone else, especially on vert. See Mark Shays losing a couple nipples, going down hard. Mark Heineken from Cynic, Chris Mitchell, a publisher of Box. You see all kinds of names from around the industry were all part of the the history of this sport.
And very, very few of them from California. In 1994, when we had the first competition series, it brought in skaters like B. Harden, and of course, also living at Spawn Ranch, Mike Opalik.
My roommate for many years out of Ohio. I remember at one point there were like 14 people sleeping on the floor over there at Spawn Ranch. That was during the first pro tour back in '94.
And then, of course, my colleague here, Arlo Eisenberg, really taking street to whole new levels.
That's right. We used to love that street skating, boy. No, well, it wasn't too pretty on the vert ramp, especially not in that flyaway.
Brooke Howard Smith, of course, from New Zealand. Yep. From 1991 to 1995, you could call it the golden days or the old era. Skaters from all over the world all ended out in one place, Southern California. And here they are again, Shane Yost from Tasmania, round number 2, here on the beach.
Southern California still bringing them in. Shane Yost coming all the way out of Australia, as you said. Still got that ponytail. Nice tribute coming out of that old retrospective piece.
Tobias Bucher trying to definitely improve on his first run around. Nice cross rocket there, then kicking out Luke Kang, bringing it back in on the 540.
Huge. That first cross rocket was like 7 feet out. Looked great. 720, grabbing it Newton, holding it all the way around.
And it pays off. 74.25, a big improvement in number 2. Matt Salerno pointing down at his partner in crime. The big rivalry between him and Cesar Mora. Matt Salerno only able here to get 6th place.
Oh, Cesar Mora. He's just my inspiration for vert.
He's pushing really the sport always higher and higher. I mean, first he was doing 900, then 1080. Then I was really thinking that it was not possible to put some speed more, you know. Then 1260, and we never know. Maybe in the next competition he will do 1 speed more.
And here to finish off his second run with an 85, the 1080.
Takeshi is so young, and he's flying really like the best, like Cesar, like me, like Matt, you know. He's flying incredible, and he has a style really perfect. The grabs really clean, really nice. So I always like to see him skating.
He is definitely flying the best right now. Takeshi Yasutoko absolutely just flying off of that ramp, up at about 7 feet, holding it consistently as he goes Viking flip, and then linking these tricks, forward 900, setting up for the next wall, 720. Incredible, the trick vocabulary here and the difficulty, as he puts it all back to back to back.
Nice on the coping as well. Spinning around, fakie 360 into the backside Royale.
And then that variation he did there, he went alley-oop backside, backside mistrial, and then look at this, 3 variations out of that one. He went backside, soul grind, backslide. Definitely pulling out all the stops here in the finals, trying to overtake his brother, who was leading after the first round. That's Eito Yasutoko.
Finishing off a little bit low on the inverted fakie 540, but totally consistent. Yeah, he throws his hands up. He knows that was a good run.
That was a tremendous run. Look at this 900, how far he carves. And the most amazing thing about that was that it came between a Viking flip and a 720.
Getting congratulated by his older brother, Takeshi Yasutoko, now sits in first place. But of course, when we come back, Eito and Tig still have their final runs to go.
That's your 7 Slim Jim.
Get your beefy, spicy breath out of my face!
Acid, aisle 2.
Hey, settle down.
Eat me. Whatever life throws your way, you gotta be ready. Hey, no sweat. You've got Speed Stick Clear Stick, a different kind of clear antiperspirant. Clear Stick goes on dry to keep you dry, clear through a guy's day. Gels go on wet, but Clear Stick goes on clear and dry. And dry, clearly, is the whole idea. Speed Stick Clear Stick. Goes on dry, keeps you dry.
A great tradition continues on ESPN2. Friday Night Fights. This week's main event, Ivan Robinson takes on Vivian Harris in a 10-round lightweight battle. Friday Night Fights. Friday at 9 on ESPN2.
The ASA Pro Tour is brought to you by Slim Jim. When you need a little excitement, snap into a beefy, spicy Slim Jim. by Paul Mitchell at fine salons everywhere. Got a problem? See your hairstylist. And by Naya, hungry for life, thirsty for Naya.
Welcome back to Hermosa. Vert isn't the only thing going on. You can catch Hermosa Street Monday, July 24th. Also, we head to Milwaukee for the next ASA Pro Tour stop. North America's largest music festival plays host. You can catch the Vert shows on the 14th and 19th of August. Down to the final 2 runs of the day. Eito Yasutoko, he needs a pretty hefty score to put himself in first.
His brother really laid down the challenge. Now Eito knows he's got his work cut out for him. A tremendous run from Takeshi Yasutoko, but if anyone can do it, is the reigning X Games champion. This guy has been on a tear this year.
Well, you're definitely going to see a 900. There's the 900.
Good call.
720 flat spin and a 1080 flat spin.
There's the 720 flat spin, setting up Fakey, that Fakey Liu Kang 360. Now that 360 Liu Kang, the Fakey 360 Liu Kang, kind of looks like a throwaway trick, but it's just testament to how great he is. Every wall is a trick. Instead of just setting up Fakey, he uses every single wall. And that's what separates the champions from the 2nd and 5th place guys.
Nice 540 flat spin. There's the 1080 flat spin, man. He just started landing that trick, and now he can throw it in the middle of his run.
We saw Cesar pull the 1080 here in this contest, and now Eito Yasutoko pulling it as well in his 2nd run. Knows he has to pull out every single stop if he's going to catch his younger brother.
And unlike Cesar Mora, it's a different type of rotation because he takes it flat. The axis is different. It's still 3 full spins, however. So Eito Yasutoko, in a game of one-upmanship, now sits in first by 3/4 of 1 point. All the pressure sits on this guy, Ty Chris.
That's right. It all comes down to this run. Last run of the day, Ty Chris has seen each of the last 2 competitors overtake the #1 spot. Huge airs. This is how Ty's got to do it. He doesn't have the trick vocabulary of Eito or Takeshi, but he has the amplitude. He can go higher than just about anyone out there. And if he's going to win this thing, that's how he's got to do it.
Big alley-oop 540. Getting completely inverted. Going back the other way on the coping with the backside Royale. Ty is making definitely every use of every inch of the ramp. There's the Gato spin, kicking out Liu Kang.
Coming in Fakey into the backslide. Ty having a tremendous run, upside down with the invert, putting every element into this run. I tell you what, he's giving them a run for their money. Yasutoko's better watch out. This Frenchman has a good shot. Oh, no. That's it. That's going to be the story. Tough break for Ty, going down right at the end of his run, too, as he pulls out the switch 720, but it's not going to be enough. In this competition, after the runs that the Yasutoko's put up, there's no room for error. And here it is right here, the story of the contest. Going for that blind 270 to frontside Royale. Tough break for Ty Chris.
88.50, only good enough for 3rd. If you take a look here at the iBook, Takeshi and Eito continue their reign on the Vert ramp in 2000.
I'm your lyricist Punisher. Your dysfunctional
Tig, that was the best competition I've seen so far this season. You skated amazing, but then you've got 2 kids who don't even drive cars yet skating so well. Tell me about the Yasutokos. I mean, what's up?
I mean, they are now already, the level of everybody is just incredible. And the 2 Japanese, the 2 brothers, they are really the killer. I think they are the only one who are still progressing, you know. I mean, I see myself, Cesar, Matt, we still skate good, but we are not progressing every time, you know. In every competition when I see Takeshi or Eito, they have a new trick, and today it was just perfect for almost all of us, you know.
Well, congratulations. I have to say, from watching a lot of competitions, that's the best bronze medal I've ever seen. Good job.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network, go.com.